welcome staff, students, and visitors to our broadcast. We begin our broadcast with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today, it's Friday, December 9th. It's a day 2 on the special schedule. The weather today is mostly cloudy with a high of 16.
The lunch today is turkey gravy over mashed potato with a side of cooked carrots, school-baked dinner roll with jelly or honey, fresh and canned assorted fruit, and assorted fresh veggies with dip. And the alternate is Dip-a-Dee-Doo Yum Box or Uncrustable String Cheese. The meal treat today is Frosted Holiday Cookie. Here are today's top stories. John Glenn passed away yesterday at the age of 95. He was the first American to orbit Earth. He later became a senator in the state of Ohio.
Now time for you. What time did astronauts eat?
What time?
At lunchtime.
Please welcome Mrs. Best.
Well, happy Friday, everybody. I bet you were expecting to see Mrs. McDonald. She's at a meeting, so she asked me to step in, so I'm glad to do that today. You might be noticing our beautiful hats, our festive hats that we are wearing, and we wanted to let you know that starting Monday, we will be handing out Blue Paw Pride tickets in honor of the next 2 weeks and celebrating the winter solstice and our all-school Paw Pride celebration that we'll be having on Wednesday, the 21st, I believe it is. So we have lots of, Mrs. McDonald and I have lots of really fun prizes to hand out, including these fun hats. So make sure that you're roaring with pride in all the different spaces here at Bluff Creek. Earn some of those blue snowflake tickets, and maybe you'll win one of these really fun prizes. A couple just reminders. Gosh, I just wanted to reflect and say what a great day yesterday was, a late start day. We had a lot of fun in the morning with our 4th and 5th graders for Project Impact. And then of course it was really great to see all of our Pride partners working together using Synergy in the afternoon. I hope some of you noticed the beautiful Synergy paper chain that's hanging throughout the hallways. I also wanted to remind all of our friends on the bus about using appropriate bus behavior. I've gotten many reports of students that are not staying seated during the bus ride. It's really important for safety reasons to stay seated on the bus. In addition, Chromebooks stay in backpacks on the buses. They are not to be out, so please remember that. And then just a friendly reminder to our friends on bus 6, no food. No food on any of our buses due to many of the allergies and the desire to keep our buses clean. So, well, without further ado, I have the privilege of announcing our Paw Pride winners for this week. So here we go, friends. So for Friday, December 9th, in 1st grade, in Mrs. Benson's class, we have Ruama. In Mrs. Boulat's class, we have Kyle Currents. In Miss Wilkinson's class, we have Cian Adams. And in Mrs. Williams' class, we have Owen DeCam. So in 2nd grade, in Mrs. Taylor Thone's class, we have Kendall Murphy. In Mrs. Bogart's class, we have Daxton. In Mrs. T's class, we have Misa. And also in Mrs. McMahon's class, we have Emmy Rouse. In 3rd grade, in Mr. Gustafson's class, we have Maddie Martinez. In Mrs. Swenson's class, we have Nate Thomas. In Miss Becker's class, we have Lexia. In Mrs. Torrey's class, we have Lauren Barker. In our 4th and 5th grade groups, in Mrs. Ottinger's class, we have Gavin Willingham. In Miss Rowley's class, we have Kajai. In Mrs. Meyer's class, we have Josie Turgembo. Oh, I can't say Turgembo.
Yeah.
In Mrs. Akers' class, we have Seamus. In Mrs. Constantine and Curtis's class, we have Tanner and Sienna Steins. And then in Mrs. Henderson's class, we have Tyler Jaharis. In our kindergarten classrooms, in Mrs. Palmetier's class, we have Evelyn Gansky. In Mrs. Curran's class, we have Tyron Anderson. In Mrs. Reeves' class, we have Lainey Thomas. And in Renee, Mrs. Van Bergen's class, we have Asher, so come on down. In Mrs. Hanson's KA class, we have Ian. In Mrs. Kepsel's class, we have Austin Moore. In Mrs. Schroeder's class, we have Josh Williams. In Mrs. Butine's class, we have Adeline Patterson. And in Mrs. Schwichtenberg's class, we have Marshall Brigham. And then in Mr. Langerby's and Mrs. Hall's class, we have Sunny. So come on down and claim your prize here in the Media Center.
Thank you for watching. Our broadcast is brought to you by
Sophia Dietering.
and Roisin Curdy, and our tech crew, Jaden Thiel and Caden Ehrman. Have a great day at school, and remember to roar at pride. Roar!